Hi students, today the session is on blood. The objectives of this session is, at the end of the session, the student should be able to describe the composition of blood, enumerate the functions of blood, list the plasma proteins, enumerate the functions of plasma proteins, describe what is plasmapheresis and define ESR and PCV. This session comes under the competency PY 2.1 and 2.2. Blood physiology is the study of components of blood, what are all present in blood, blood formation, how the blood cells are formed, role of blood in body functions, what are all the different functions of blood, and blood dysfunctions, what are all the abnormalities that we see in blood. Blood is a complex connective tissue. It consists of formed elements which are suspended and is carried in the plasma. The volume is around 5 to 6 liters, approximately 70 to 80 ml per kg body weight, and it constitutes 8% of the body weight. It is the component of extracellular fluid. So, blood contains cellular elements or formed elements which occupies 45% of blood, and the fluid component which is about 55%. The formed elements are red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. The fluid component is plasma, which contains water and solid particles. Water forms about 90% of the plasma, and the solid particles include plasma proteins, clotting factors, sugar, lipid, vitamins, minerals, hormones and enzymes. These are all the components of blood. So, what is the characteristics of blood? Blood is red in color, which we all know. The viscosity of blood is more than that of water. It is more viscous than that of water, and viscosity is mainly attributed to the molecules that are present in water and the presence of the cellular components. The cellular components, the plasma proteins and other solid components that are seen in the plasma contribute to the viscosity of blood, and it is more than that of water. Coming to the specific gravity of blood, it is 1.05 to 1.06. But when we take the specific gravity of red blood cells alone, it is higher than that of blood, it is 1.09. The specific gravity of plasma alone is lesser than that of blood, 1.03. Apart from the cellular components and the macromolecules that are present in blood, the amount of fluid along with this, the balance between the fluid and the cellular components will decide the specific gravity of blood, and the pH of blood ranges from 7.38 to 7.42. Coming to the functions of blood, the main function of blood is to transport oxygen and carbon dioxide. What is respiration? Respiration is a process by which oxygen from the atmosphere is taken to the tissues. Part of this function is accomplished by your lungs, and rest from the lung, the oxygen is carried to the tissue by blood, and from the tissue, the carbon dioxide is carried back to the lungs by blood. Presence of blood is very important in the respiratory function. If blood is not there, then transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide is not possible. The second important function of blood is to transport nutrients to the tissue. It transports the substrates that are necessary for the tissue, and in the tissue there is metabolism. Waste products accumulate in the tissue, and these waste products are taken back to the excretory organ by blood.